The majority of our life is lived in liminal space.
And there's this in-between space, this liminal space.
This liminality that reveals possibility.
I think we're in a liminal moment, but also in a place of transformation.
I have great affection for the church and a troubled relationship with it.
Just to be alive in time means that we're on the threshold of the future.
That can't be the gospel, because God said to love our neighbors.
We don't know what the future looks like. We have to work it out together.
Yeah. There is a role that has always been, I guess, in empires. There's always been the role of propaganda. And propaganda, that is the narratives that we have to embrace in order to remain in good standing. Because empires, like they hand out the blessings, they hand out the curses. If you uphold what they love or value. And back in the Colossians day, the curse was literally just being nailed to a piece of wood on the side of the road for all to see if you dissent in any way. And the blessings are, well, if you just stay in line, then you get the protection of our military. We bring you gymnasiums, we bring you culture, we bring you our religion. Just pay your taxes and call it good. And they called that the gospel of the peace of Rome has come to you. And it's like, oh, well, what if we don't want to do that? And they're like, well, we'll just kill you. That's how they took over the whole known world, It's just like, as the biggest empire of its day, most highly technologically advanced, and there's these small communities that are, we now label churches, but not in what the modern day would be. They're more of like the people who won't worship Caesar as a god, because they were supposed to give him, like, pay tribute, burn incense, and say he's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords kind of a thing. And the Christians would be like, oh, we can't do that. We believe in a different one. This person named Jesus, and he's totally different than the Roman Empire's values and visions. But the role of propaganda in the empire is these are the stories and narratives you have to cling to, and that's what gives you identity. And I think that's where, like, a lot of Christians today have just adopted, like, conservative propaganda that has been, like, watered down with Christian vocabulary a little bit, and they're like, no, this is it. Like, this is what it means to be a Christian today. You got to be against these things and for these things. And really, it's just that's what gives them permission to overlook the values that they have to surrender, which is what the Bible calls idolatry. But they have to surrender their value system over to the propaganda of the empire, but they put up that front, that baptized Christian front. Like, this is the gospel. This is fight for culture. This is, without understanding, like, that's just the way the empire has used the stories and everything to own you, basically.
Yeah.
The early church was like, we can't have any of that. That's what keeps killing us. That's what keeps oppressing us. And there was lots of different responses from the people of the day, like, how much can we, if we don't give tribute to Caesar, then we don't get all the business, and we don't join the guild, and we don't, a lot of stuff they had to sacrifice, and there was different responses to it all. But yeah, I noticed that is, when I talk to the uber conservative, like, really Trump supporting Christians, they're just blinded by that empire propaganda. And they think it is the faith, and this is how we do it. And they don't have an understanding of the kingdom of God, so that the only thing left would be the kingdom of the empire of America and being a Christian nation at that. So I think that's some things I've been noticing as I, like, study Colossians and Paul and put it in its context, and then you bring it forward to today, and you're like, oh, whoa, this calls into question how I was brought up in the faith and what it was for and who it was for, and now it's all stuff I'm learning, I guess.
Yeah, I was thinking what you were saying about if you dissented, you'd get nailed to a cross. You'd get killed. I mean, right now, maybe that part has changed a little bit, but everything else kind of still feels the same. I mean, now what'll happen is if you dissent as another country, or if you dissent as a maybe even a citizen within this country, we're going to do everything in our power to like kill you economically.
Yes.
And do that, push you into submission. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't have any. I'll just keep listening and playing music.
Yeah.
It can be. It's so. I get so disillusioned.
Yes, because like I have a lot of critiques for the Democratic Party, but being a pastor, like 81% of my tribe didn't go over there and get totally sucked into it. And so I come across as more critical of, well, I probably am more critical of the Republican Party at this point, but I come across that way. And then people are like, oh, you're not one on me, then you must be the opposite of that, which is, all of these other things that are everything that I'm against. And this is all or nothing. Right. Like empire owns your identity. Like you can't question any part of this, this whole unified front, that you're not allowed to question any of it, and you're bought in 100% or nothing. If you're not with me, you're against me. And that's what Paul was trying to get at in Colossians, was like, the empire is not the one to hand you your identity. He's not the Caesar is not the owner of your value as a human being. That's hidden in Christ with God, is like phrasing he used. But like you bring that forward and apply it to modern day Christians, and then all of a sudden you're a heretic. But leave it in its past and you're fine. You're good. We like that stuff. But don't apply it to me today. So I think we got a lot of work to do in that front, and especially with everything that's happening right now, and Christians not only being on board with it, but being like on the front lines of it. It's just like, that's a big nope from me. It's like, I can't do it. I can't go there. And that's not because I'm an all or nothing. It's just, I have my critiques of the other side as well. It's just, they're not as important right now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I feel like an alien.
It's a great segue.
I thought we would need one, because this is a song you introduced me to. I was not. My wife's a huge Radiohead fan, and I was not a huge Radiohead fan.
Yeah, most of my family's not.
But the more I listen to like some of their stuff, I'm like, oh, that's really good. Like not only musically but lyrically, and like the whole art of it. Like how they use pedals and how they weave. Like the next song is like, it's circular. It's hard to get the pattern down, because what I think is chord 1 is chord 4 at the end of it. And so that always throws me off a little bit. But what do you like about the next song? Introduce us to this next song.
So this tune, I really dig, because it's kind of written in a perspective of what would a higher intelligent being kind of think of humans.
Good question.
And it's not written from the perspective of a higher intelligent being. It's written kind of in a longing of a human wanting to escape this reality, which is a sentiment I can identify with.
Yes, yeah.
This song is off of, this was back in the mid-90s, I think, off the Paranoid Android album. But yeah, I just love it. I think I probably love it more musically, and then the lyrics are just so interesting. My wife calls it the alien abduction song.
Yeah, it kind of is.
She doesn't really listen to the lyrics.
It's like it's longing for alien abduction.
It's a longing. Yes. It's a longing for that escape, for alien abduction. So, Yeah, and I just think musically it's really interesting. And it's a lot of fun for us to do with the full band, because we can get kind of, with the level of musicianship that we have with the band, we can, dare I say, we get in the jazz territory.
Yeah.
Do some weird stuff with it. That's kind of how I picture Radiohead. I don't picture them as a pop band.
They're definitely
pop
not
rock
pop.
band. I think they're more like experimental avant-garde. Because a lot of their tunes are so crazy because the harmony, the chord progressions do not abide by any rules whatsoever. And then the melody lines that Mr. York comes up with over top of the chords are really kind of hard to sing, because he's singing like chord extensions, which you don't normally hear. I mean, most singers, not to nerd out, but most singers are singing in a pentatonic scale, and he's singing the other notes, the added notes, and that's really interesting, weird, unique.
That's what makes it sound so alien and foreign. It's like when your brain is used to pentatonic, which is a universal scale across all human cultures. When you're used to that, like, it's not just something that you're drawn to be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna jam to this song.
Yeah,
like you really gotta soak in the artistry of it.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because it's definitely, we're used to it in Western music, but if you listen to like Indian music and some African music, particularly the North African music, I go in stages where I listen to that, where they have a lot of or Eastern music. There's more. They use more notes. They have like microtonal. So to hear some of my favorite singing comes from like North African Arabic music, where I can't do it. I mean, but it's so cool because it sounds like, I love slide guitar, so it's like when you play slide, there's an infinite number of notes you can play.
Yeah.
And to be able to sing it is pretty amazing. So we're kind of going down the rabbit, nerding out a little bit on that.
We can nerd out about music,
but
it's fun.
But yeah, Radiohead they're kind of adjacent. They do some weird stuff that breaks the rules, and I like breaking the rules. So
the rules, and I just talked about this on Sunday. The rules are the moral code that you have to embrace in order to have good standing with the empire. Where ethics are the things that hold your community together. There's a big difference. You can be a rule breaker, and that's totally fine. Yeah. It just means that you're calling into question, I guess, motivations of why we do things and hold things and believe things, and I think that is very prophetic to do. Yeah. That's why I like the that whole, like, the prophetic stream and the poets and the artists and all those people. They're the ones who bend or break the rules, that open our eyes to, like, oh, I never even thought about questioning this, doing it differently. But now that I hear or see or encounter it in a totally different light, now it helps me think about it. So, yeah, I think that, yeah, that's good.
Shall we give it a go?
I need your help. Is this my minor chord? We just wrote my part yesterday, and that was.
Oh, yeah.
That's all good.
So you start on the 7 on the yeah. And then to the major.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
You got it.
All right.
And then you know the other part. The.
Oh yeah.
Major.
That one, and then back down.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We're good.
We just wrote that part yesterday, guys. Yeah.
We're good.
No practice today. We're just jumping in.
We're gonna see if we can make it through this one.
I think we can.
keep forgetting the smell of the warm summer air. I live in a town where you can't smell a thing. Watch your feet for cracks in the pavement. Up above, aliens hover, making home movies for their folks back home. All these weird creatures who lock up their spirits, drill holes in themselves, and live for their secrets. We're just they'd swoop down in a country lane at a night when I'm driving. They'd take me on board their beautiful ship, show me the world as I'd love to see it. Well, I'd tell all my friends, but they'd never believe me. They think that I finally lost it completely. I'd show them the stars and the meaning of life. They show me away. I'd be alright. I'd be
It's Radiohead. You have to do that.
Right. Yeah, I messed the. That's a hard part to play. Hard part to play and sing at the same time.
This is not a concert; it's a jam session, and mess ups are allowed.
Mr. York and Mr.
Yeah, he
Greenwood.
watches too, along with Bono. And The Edge, and
so if to anyone listening, if you're not a Radiohead fan, give it a go, give it a try.
Yeah,
give it a try.
Yeah,
Paranoid Android, that album is amazing. So
G'day, it's a good one. You know who else I think listens? Elvis.
Oh yeah.
I got my Elvis cup today for all you folks out there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Yeah.